Good morning. It's me. It is Saturday, June 21st, 2019, and I am here to talk to myself and do my dialogue. So here goes. Good morning, Annie. Good morning. How are you today? Pretty darn good. Good. What do you need from me today? What do I need from you today? Have fun. Have fun. Just do. I need you to focus on me being okay where I'm at with my weight. Because when you don't, consciousness, you're not conscious. And when you're not conscious, you're in your programming. And when you're in your programming, you leave me alone. And you're just running on autopilot. I think I'm getting, well, I could be on my way to getting a cold. However, I'm on my way to not getting a cold. Anyway, consciousness. I need you to pay attention to me, which keeps you conscious. And the more I watch you study consciousness, the more I'm going to remind you to stay there, because that's where free will is, and that's where creativity is. And when you're in your program, you abandon me, and you're not parenting me. You're 5 again, you're 10 again, you're 15 again, and I want to hang with you and be all grown up. And when you aren't conscious and you're not paying attention to me, I'm neglected. And when I'm neglected, I'm scared. You are right. You are right. You're right. I am so committed to living consciously, to practicing living consciously, even more than I do. Because I believe I am committed to practicing living consciously. It's awesome. And I believe that I can. And I love what you said to me this morning. It was genius. Thank you. You're welcome. This is cool. This is cool. What else do you need? I need you to, that's all I need you to do. Because then you'll treat me right. And you'll have more choices. And I need you to really surrender all the time. Really surrender is surrender to when things aren't feeling right. And when you're not surrendering, you're not conscious, but you're not living in free will. And then we have to go through weeks of crap for you to feel hideous enough. And thank goodness you're in that place to feel hideous enough. But man, we don't have to go through 3-4 weeks of feeling like crap, or 3-4 years. So here's how it goes. When you're conscious, you're feeling what you don't like. Well, you're feeling what you don't like, and in consciousness, you recognize it. And you surrender to it, which means surrendering to something outside of yourself, because when something is feeling icky, that means I'm scared and I'm living in a program and I'm trying to control something, or you're trying to control something, and it's always something outside of yourself. So when you're trying to control my food intake, which is making me want to eat more because I'm scared, and that's how I was programmed to escape. It connects to the program of having no choice. And subconscious is no choice. Programming is no choice, because I'm right back to that spot where I didn't have a choice. I don't want to go through months of not recognizing what doesn't feel right. And I'm not criticizing. I'm pointing out that had you been in more consciousness, maybe, just maybe, you would have continued to do the practice month to month. And false hope. False hope was one of my programs. Because hope can be attached to not believing it's going to happen. And not believing it can't happen. And still hoping is prison. And as Andrea would say, and I say, that's genius. I keep hoping I'm going to lose weight. I keep hoping I'm going to go to Hawaii. I keep hoping somebody's going to change. And when you're a kid and you're programming, you keep hoping things will be different. But your program doesn't allow it. Is that a cat or a bunny? It's a bunny. Yeah. Yeah. So, while I'm on what I want, which I'm glad I can say, because I trust that you're going to make it happen, is for when you're speaking to finish your sentences and your thoughts. And I want you to, when you're on the radio, finish your thoughts, speak clearly, take time to collect your thoughts, and refrain, which is a good word for dialogue, from saying so. That program started, and that's what I would like. Because when you're not doing that, when you're doing that, it makes me feel trapped. It doesn't make me feel like you don't care. It just makes me feel like you're disappointed in me. All right, I can do that. That's great for dialogue too. I can do that. I'm committed to practicing refraining, or staying conscious is what I should say. So that's why when you say, I gotta stop feeling guilty, I gotta stop doing those things, and it's so impossible, is because you're not in your conscious brain. So if I just focus on consciousness in my dialogue, because when I'm not being conscious, it makes me feel icky. When you're unconscious, watching that dialogue of saying not when you're living in your subconscious. Nothing can change. So we teach people to live consciously and sustain happiness. It's such a buzzword, though, but it's true. Living consciously allows everything to happen. Free will, creativity. Free will, creativity. And I like that when Bruce Lipton said, the few times that we are conscious during the day, we're living in the past or the future, which keeps our programs going. Because you're like worrying, in your program subconscious, you get conscious for a minute, and then you jump onto something else, what you said yesterday, or what you have ahead of you, or what you want that's ahead of you. And then that puts you back in the program of knowing that it's not coming. And then you start feeling the desire for it. Then you start deal making. But your identity can't relate to what you want. So you get your programming and your identity, which are really the same thing, working against each other. That's some damn good stuff. That's some damn good stuff. Here's also what I want. I want you to shift out of what was it? What was it? What was it? Incessant proving. I want you to move through that. Because when you are proving yourself, you're not listening. When you're proving yourself, it doesn't allow you to listen. And you're not connecting with people, you're proving yourself. You're interrupting. You're not gathering information from people. And you're in your subconscious. And you don't need to prove yourself. That's what you did for so long. Trying to get validation. And people to love you. And that is sad. And weak. And vulnerable. And trapped. And I don't like that. You're right. I'm committed to practicing. Self-confidence and self-worth. And I'm sorry that I tried to prove myself for so long, and then I hurt you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is cool. Yeah, it is. It is. And I can't wait to tell Andrea about a new exercise. And that when people are in our webinar, they send us video. And they commit to practicing that. And we teach them to talk out loud and to think out loud so they can hear themselves. And then we ask them to do a private YouTube channel and allow us access. And then it can spread.